Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the 5th day of August. It's National Underwear Day today. You wearing some underwear today, Heidi?
I wear underwear every day.
I am as well. I figured we probably both were. That would be a pretty safe thing. Blogger Day today, Oysters Day, Green Peppers Day. I will celebrate that. I've never been a green peppers fan, and then I tried them, and I go, oh, hey, these aren't so bad.
I love green peppers.
I know you do, and you made me try them. And then what's the other ones that I do
love them.
lately? Jalapenos. Like, those are good. Why have I never eaten those before?
I love jalapenos.
All right. Sandcastle Day today, Work Like a Dog Day, and Commerce Day. All that stuff happening. And it is a Monday, which means it's a movie star Monday. And our guest today, Lara Wolf, in addition to movies, she's done a lot of stuff on TV. Blue Bloods, she's done that show. And Quantico is another show. Well, she's got a new project she recently had a chance to do. It's called Those About to Die. And she's in this. She plays the Queen.
Okay.
So I'm excited to visit with Her Majesty in just a bit. Lara Wolf is our guest on this Movie Star Monday.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Dogs can smell stress in humans, and it alters their own behavior. University of Bristol researchers say they found that our pet canines experience emotional contagion from the smell of human stress, leading them to make more pessimistic choices, and it affects their ability to learn.
For them to be pessimistic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Previous research in humans suggests that the smell of a stressed person subconsciously affects the emotions and dog choices made by dogs and by other people near them. Led researchers to wonder if it would be the same with dogs, and they found out it was true. So
I agree with that.
the original sentence that I was
I've
trying to
seen
say.
our dogs seem
Yeah.
really nervous if we're stressed
Oh, yeah.
out.
Yeah, and that's why I try to stay as cool as a cucumber around our dogs.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yes, you do.
I don't? Okay, I guess I don't. Here's the thing. Our dogs are really funny. Sometimes they're really good dogs, and sometimes they're just not so good. So I'll blame it on them being stressed out. That's probably what that is. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that a man legally changed his name to, and I quote, literally anybody else, end quote.
Okay.
And he's running for president. A 35-year-old military
Wow.
veteran and middle school teacher, a math teacher, formerly known as Dustin Ebby, said he entered the race because he was trying to protest the other choices.
Okay.
So anyway, his name is on some ballots. Literally anybody else.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's clever.
And the ones that he's not on, he said, you can write me in. So I don't know that. I don't know. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by Radiosavings.com. The new season of Cobra Kai debuted as Netflix's most watched TV show of the week. After Netflix dropped part 1 of the 6th and final season, the show tallied up 14.8 million views, and that was just in the first several days. So people are super excited about that. Cobra Kai Part 2 and 3 will debut on November 28th and January 25th. And that is a good show. I don't think we've seen the last season, though.
We haven't.
I think we're like a whole
We're
season
behind. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to step it up one of these days and like sit down and watch some TV. And as rumors about the third Top Gun film continue to circulate, Glenn Powell has revealed he has been given a date for when the movie will enter production.
Oh, fun.
So Powell starred alongside Tom Cruise, and this last one, Top Gun Maverick, came out in 2022, and they were asking when the new one's coming out, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna give you more information." He says, I have a date, but you going to tell me more? No, I'm not going to tell you more. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. How long do the Olympics go? Is that like for weeks or how? I think it's still going.
I honestly don't know. I know that it's longer than a couple of days,
Yeah,
but
I
I've
think
never
it's
paid
still-
much attention to the duration.
I think it's still going. If it's not, then this we've got a story that's coming from the Olympics, and I'm going to tell you right now. If you're a squeamish person, maybe you don't want to listen to the next two things I talk about. So the first thing is, by urinating in the shower, you save 1,160 gallons of water a year. So there are people out there pushing for that, and there's already like 60% of the people admit to doing that. And there's other people who are like, oh, that's gross. So the reason that I bring that up, that was the first little tidbit. And then the next thing is kind of talking about that, but take out shower and put in pool. Yeah. Many of the stories coming out of Paris from the Olympics have been about the poor water quality in the river there. The pools used for competitors might be just as bad. According to multiple Olympic swimmers, they say everybody's peeing in these pools. Lily King, a 3-time U.S. Olympian, said, I've probably peed in every pool I've ever swam in. That's just how it goes. Ugh.
Okay.
What are we doing? What are we talking about? Many athletes say the chlorine in the pools makes any pee unnoticeable. In addition, swimmers agree that it's important to stay hydrated up until their race time. As a result, they drink a lot and their bladders can be full. Add to that tight swimwear and pre-competition nerves, and well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, is what the story says. Many swimmers adhere to an unofficial code of conduct wherein, whenever possible, they do all of this stuff at, an area that nobody else is swimming in. A 4-time medalist, Cullen Jones, explains, you never want to swim through a warm patch.
Yuck.
Yeah, so now that I've
Yuck.
grossed you out, that has been your scoop of the day.
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
nasty.
Brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with a very talented actress, Lara Wolf from ABC's Quantico, from Blue Bloods, and now she's got a fun new Peacock original, Those About to Die. First of all, thank you for taking the time to chat. Tell me a little bit about Those About to Die and how you got involved in this project.
Absolutely. Oh my God, this whole project is like a dream, to be honest with you. We shot this in Rome, in the place where the entire story happened. We have the Romans, we have the gladiators, we have everything on a grand scale. Roland Emmerich is directing, and Anthony Hopkins is in there as the star. And I had the honor to play Queen Berenice.
What was it like playing the Queen? That's got to be kind of fun to be asked to do that.
Absolutely fun. Absolutely. For me, it was amazing because I had to basically energetically expand to feel the struggles and the problems that a queen would have the responsibilities that a queen would have. But also, of course, it was fun wearing a crown, like a heavy steel crown.
That wasn't one of those cardboard things from Burger King, huh?
Absolutely not. It was a proper steel crown piercing into my skull every day, and it was amazing.
Now, so how much of the story is based on things that really happened and how much is just fictitious? Do we know?
I actually think this series managed to stay very close to the historical facts. Of course, certain things you have to tweak a little bit here and there. Certain things we just simply don't know, right? Certain things are described differently from country to country, so you have to take a little bit of poetic license when it's needed, and it's also TV. But I would say, all in all, it's actually very, very close to the historical facts that we know about.
Now, in this, you're working with Anthony Hopkins, and that's this guy's like a living legend. But that's nothing new for you, because you work with Tom Selleck for many years. Again, another living legend. And the nice thing that I think is an amazing thing, a lot of people would be afraid because they would go, oh, when people are watching, all they're going to see is this other person is just giant, major star. You absolutely hold your own up against these living legends, which I think is a huge thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Those words are like honey to me. Thank you.
And when you get a chance to pick a project like this, are these things that do you get a lot of stuff like this that comes your way, or how does that work? Because I'm always fascinated with some of the projects that actors and actresses choose.
Well, I think what happens is I've been doing this now for 12 years, and you kind of have to find your way. And there was a time where I would just audition for everything, and at some point you start to realize what worlds you fit in better than others, right? And you start to have a vision, and you try to align yourself with that vision. And then hopefully these projects will come your way, and you will be prepared to take them on once they're there.
And you've gotten the chance now to play a queen. Is there anything else on your list of characters that you would love the opportunity to play in a movie or a TV show?
I mean, yes, of course. There are hundreds of characters I would like to play. I would like to play an athlete at some point. I would also like to play a spy at some point.
Ooh, how about a spy athlete? That's more fun.
You want to write it?
Yeah. What is it that would draw you to the spy categories? Or are you a big fan of like a spy series?
People have always said, oh, you must be a spy. I really hope this is not getting me in trouble, by the way. And I remember at some point, believe it or not, when I went to the immigration office here in the U.S., the immigration officer looked at me and said, "You must be a spy."
Oh,
right?
wow.
And I said, "What? Wait, what?" And I was frozen. I was dying inside. And then he started laughing, and he said, "No, you just have the eyebrows of a spy." And I said, "You must be kidding me." It was like, you can't be serious.
I love it. Well, here's to me hoping that you get that big spy opportunity that you've been working your entire life towards.
Unconsciously, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Laura, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Again, Peacock original, Those About to Die. It is on Peacock right now. You can stream it. I've got a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix for $50 million in 2000. They turned it down.
No, isn't that crazy?
And guess what they did instead? They went into business with a little company called Enron. Seriously.
Oh, really?
That's what Blockbuster did instead of Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So that did not work out so hot. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 1987, a man convinced 2.8 million people to send him a penny each to pay for his college tuition. So he got $28,000.
Wow.
So it's kind of cool. The postage costs more than the penny being sent to him, which is kind of weird. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A study found that people interrupt close friends or family more than they interrupt strangers. Do you ever notice that?
I noticed
It's just
that
mainly people that are really close to... Oh, did I interrupt you? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It takes one 15 to 20-year-old tree to produce 700 paper grocery bags. Wow. That's cool. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Italian Space Agency sent a specially designed espresso machine into space for one of their astronauts. Oh, that's nice. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points. points to get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for today. A new report, Heidi, found that the least happy workers are in retail, but the happiest industry to work in is this. What is it?
Oh, I have no
Happiest. You're not even going to throw radio out there?
idea. Is that radio?
No, it's not radio. But it should be. Construction is the answer.
Really?
Yeah, the happiest industry to work in is construction. Well, it's, anytime you walk by a construction site, they're always whistling at you, so you know that they're happy.
Whistling while they work. Actually, I'm pretty happy after we get done doing hard manual labor.
Me too.
I
Yeah.
actually love it.
I do too. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over, I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Colorado's Denver International Airport revealed the most unusual thing to go through their lost and found over the last year. A lot of weird things. Elk meat, a circular saw. The airport, which averages more than 200,000 travelers a day, received almost 200 lost and found items daily. Some of the more odd things that have been turned into the airport's lost and found: a forklift battery, burial urns, multiple.
Whoa.
Dogs found in the parking garage. By the way, a recent survey by European hotels found some of the most unusual lost and found items left by guests there. Included a full clown costume, a glass eyeball, dentures, and multiple prosthetic limbs. So, what are people doing leaving this stuff?
How do you walk away from that?
I don't know. I walk away leaving my leg? I mean, that's weird. That's why it's today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Behavior from back in the day that would seem strange today. We're going to get to as many of these as we can today, but we'll get to more. This came from Reddit. They were asking old people. One of the things on here was calling the movie theater to see what was playing and what time does that start.
Yeah.
It's like you had to do that.
Yep.
Nowadays, people
there was
are
a
like,
phone number. There was a recording.
why are you calling them?
Yeah.
Like that's how you did it. Anytime you answered a phone, you had no idea who was calling. You would just pick it up and say, hello? Nowadays, you look at your phone and you go, oh, it's Heidi calling.
I'm not going to answer.
Send that to voicemail. Another one, always carrying around dimes or quarters when on a date in case things went sideways and you needed to make a call.
Yeah.
And one more thing on here, and we'll do the rest of these tomorrow. Smoking everywhere, even in hospitals and on airplanes. Nowadays, you don't smoke like anywhere. Hardly ever do you even see smokers anymore. Isn't it weird? Like I was, I saw a guy smoking out there.
I still see quite a few smokers.
But not like you did before. So anyway, you can see this whole list today and tomorrow. I'll have the whole thing both days in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Elizabeth Taylor. She says, you find out who your real friends are when you're involved in a scandal. Yeah, it's true. Anytime you're involved in something that might not look so good for you, you do find out right away who your friends are.
You find out right away.
Yeah. Sadly, we've been there before. So
not a scandal, really.
No, but things, when the going gets tough, that's when the tough gets going, and the tough also finds out who their friends really are. So quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. New York City bus driver rescues a child that he saw running down the middle of the street.
Holy cow, we've done that.
Yeah, we had that same kind of thing happen. New York City bus driver used his parental instincts to save a young boy who had wandered dangerously out into a busy intersection. And there's images of this. It is just crazy. Peter Warner was navigating his usual Staten Island route when he encountered an unusual and alarming sight. He said, I saw a little boy running down the street. He had an iPad in one hand, wearing only a diaper and a tank top with no shoes. I knew I had to act fast, so I stopped the bus immediately. He's 13 years experience behind the wheel of this bus, by the way. Footage from the bus security camera captured the dramatic sequence of events. Faced with a child who was unable to communicate, he swiftly contacted his union representative and dialed 911. Upon their arrival, the police were met with a heartwarming scene. A boy sought another hug from Warner, who himself, by the way, is a father of two. The child, it turned out, had wandered 4 blocks from his home while his father was sleeping and his mother was at work. When he reunited the boy with his relieved mother, the gratitude was palpable. I'll bet
sure
there was a conversation happening around that
I bet
household.
there was.
Says she hugged me
Just
tightly
hands
and
a
thanked
kid
me repeatedly.
Some technology and goes to take himself a nap.
Now we keep in touch. She messages me often and we become friends on Facebook. She even comments on photos of my kids, he said. So, yeah, that could have ended so horribly. And thank you, Lord, that it did not happen the way that it could have happened. And again, hero. This guy's a hero. Absolutely a hero. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.